What happened? That's not a good noise. It doesn't usually make that noise. Let's go with it. Oh no! Mr. Meeseeks is gone. I know we're having technical difficulties. We're not going to let you hear us until we've figured out the technical difficulties. Okay, bye.
Somebody's left a comment. Hey, Jeff, you know I have a vision of you standing outside eBay headquarters leading the chant of no pro, no pro.
Okay, now we're going to start. Okay, here we go. Let's do it now. How do I do it, though? I forget. I remember. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
What did you do? Did it just kill our stream?
Know.
Why is it so loud?
I don't know.
Everything happened wrong. Let's see what happens.
Oh, we're here.
Okay, here we go.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, after no problems at all, we're here. And let's have a big standing ovation for the mist, the long mist, often seen in the past 2 days. This guy's been everywhere. You can't turn your head without seeing Hayfrosells!
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Also, Pokey's back. Spam Banshee's back. I'm Primo, Kimo, and welcome to, I always forget the name, Reseller Group Therapy. And then we turn off the music. Welcome, everybody. We are...
Aloha.
He's got hearts. He does the Justin Biebers. I call those the Biebers.
We need to pop out that chat.
Look, he's got an aloha
Look
hat.
at that hat.
Proper reseller style to have a hat on. Ladies are immune from the hat status. They must carry small dogs.
You want to pop out the chat?
Oh, I'm going to pop out the chat, all right.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, all I can think of is J-Lo.
I thought you were going to say like popping zits or something.
No, that's disgusting. How dare you? How dare you? Okay, so wait, where is the chat?
The chat's going.
The chat is going, but we are not there yet. Okay, wait here. Let's see if I can do this. I was totally like really set up this morning too, and then at the last second, everything went wrong. So I don't have the chat. I'm going to get the chat currently. Can you guys please have a very significant conversation that makes me look good? Thank you.
Yeah, so it was great to see you put out 2 videos, Jeff.
We're not there yet. Okay, wait.
Oops.
Why am I talking? I was totally like really set. Don't talk me. And then at the last second.
What's that?
He's having some tech issues.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm fine. You guys carry on. I almost got it. I just got to find the 3 dots. The 3 dots lead to the magic. They lead to the magic right here. Oop, there's the, okay, 3 dot number 1. Pop out chat.
There
wow.
you go. You're a superhero.
I see Major Win, who expect to be here immediately and always. Had to go to a real job. I don't know how I feel about that, Major Win. You had to go to a real job meeting. Callie Debs, Paul Rose, Steve Vash, Jen, JRKR, Freya, Amy, Oya Gusto, what chicken butt? Callie Debs, we said hi to you already, but we'll say hi again because you're worth 2. Mike Seller, aloha with 3 pokey heads. That is awesome. Dendicor, Depot's here. Gina's here. Biff Boffo is president. I'm loving it. Paul Rose. Oh, look, Hayfrosells is here too.
Hey, welcome.
All right, and Amy is... No, the upside down pineapple is if it's upside down, you're a swinger. It's the law.
Could you move that like right there?
I don't think you're allowed to. Oh, this one right here?
No, the chat so that I can see it because right now I'm staring into the light.
Look into the light, Carolyn. Okay, so we are here. Why is Hayfro staring at me behind this little window right here? What is that?
Because I'm everywhere. Remember?
You are.
You are.
Hayfrosells is here and everywhere. You like savoir faire. Okay. So, welcome back. You have been, well, now you've been kind of lost the awesomeness of we've seen a lot of you in the past 2 days because you've had a lot to say.
Well, I wanted to get the earnings. I don't know. In my mind, I was thinking the earnings was not today but tomorrow. But then I was like, oh, I got to get this video out. So then there was other things that I needed to say, and I just kind of wanted to. I always have like a running tally beside me of things that I want to talk about.
It goes on the notepad.
Yeah, exactly. And then what's worse is when you write a note and you're like, what was I
talking
wanting? Yeah.
What is this genius that I now have to decipher my own riddle? I have that too. And there's no key.
I text myself so many topics for the shows, but then by the time we get to the show, they're sort of obsolete.
Yeah, and you do also just to remember anything online, she'll take us just a screenshot of it. And now we have a folder with 122,000 screenshots, but she's never goes back to remember it. So now it's just a library of unconnected screenshot thoughts. Yeah. But at some point.
Yeah. So earnings today.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, so I'm unthrilled about earnings. I don't expect them to be down. I'm more concerned about you and Kevin scaring the crap out of me with the incoming money apocalypse that's supposedly going to happen, which is where we're things are tedious isn't the word, tenuous right now with the economy because it's just everything is so precarious right now, and a couple of big hits in any given direction. Basically, what I read from your video this morning and from Kevin doing his stroll around and give dire news video that he's doing is that in a moment the rich people could just be like cashing out, and then that brings down the entire stock market, and then the old people don't have 401ks, and by old people I mean anybody that would buy our vintage stuff. People would just be out disposable income, and then we'll all shrivel up like a baby mouse without its mommy.
Stop.
Well, a correction is inevitable. I mean, this is just part of the economic cycle. And I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm only pointing out that we are in the longest bull market in history.
It's true.
By
goes up?
By many, many years. And we just came off of, a once in, I don't know, hopefully it's a once in a lifetime thing with COVID. I really don't want to deal with something like that again. But,
I vote no too.
The entire world lost almost a year's worth of production. And,
way more than a year.
At least.
And yet the stock market is acting like not only was COVID good for the economy, but that it wasn't not bad, but that it was good in some way because the majority of stocks in the market in general are way higher than they were before COVID hit. I mean, I don't know. I'm just concerned. I just have issues, and we're in an election year. That's always a wild card. We don't know what the heck's going to happen with that.
I guess what's going to happen? Something. And it's going to be disturbing one way or another. It's going to disturb us somehow.
It's not even a good election year when you consider the candidates. I mean, especially, yeah.
It's up in the air as to which way. It doesn't matter who takes the helm. It's up in the air whether it's going to affect us in any positive way. I don't feel confident in any road that we're currently on. But then again, question is there a road that I can even imagine besides the yellow brick road that would be more better? So, like, the choices that we have are the choices we have. How would you even get? I don't know how to navigate us out of this. Out of the broader economic macro system that we are in right now.
The good news, I think, is a recession, a deep recession, should actually benefit resellers. You would think, because people would be looking to buy stuff cheaper and there's always opportunity in crisis.
Yes, I agree with that. I just want to make sure I can go to Costco. As long as I can go to Costco, I don't have a complaint. If I can go there, I can go instead of every 2 weeks. I can go once a month. I can, trim it down. I can be fair.
Biff says he just wants to know how much ad revenue was made, and I want to add to that. I want to know whether, like, what I'm looking for in is probably not going to happen for potentially 1 to 3 more quarters, but I'm looking for the first negative in the retraction of the ad revenues. Like, at some point it's going to hit a wall, and it's going to be like, they're not going to be able to make any more, because
you think only a year? You think only a year out, and not like 5 years? Well,
Jamie hinted in the last video, in the last conference call, that I think that they thought a year from last quarter. I thought that they said something that's when they expect it to slow down, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being hopeful. But that's what I think. I'm curious if I could just fast forward to that, when that happens, and then see what eBay does when their golden goose of basically getting free money off of us.
Yeah, it's free money.
Starts to go away. That's when things are gonna get interesting.
That's when the power shifts.
I think that's what. Yeah, I said that last night to Maria. I'm like, personally, I think that's when the power shifts to resellers. I think is when they can no longer take. When they've taken as much as they can take from us in an expanding sense.
So is the sword of Damocles, am I using that right? That's the thing that goes like this, and it gets lower and lower to your neck as it keeps going back and forth. So are we on the upswing still? Like, they're still going to be taking more money from us before it then comes back around towards resellers?
I think there's still room
for them to gouge a little bit more.
Yeah, I think there is. And I think there's more for more people who aren't promoting to come on board as they start to feel. But again, the more people promote, the less effective the people who have been promoting the Bulls promotions are going to get you. And it's going to, I don't know. I just think that they're thinking very short term.
Well, I think personally, I'm not disappointed with my current performance on eBay with 0% promoting. And what I've noticed happening is it very much has returned to the last year's sales pattern. And I'm maintaining a positive sort of perspective on the whole thing, not thinking. I still haven't been able to build up so there's 2 things I wanted to sort of touch on this morning, this subject and how eBay is performing and how my outlook is positive on it. Although we haven't been able to reach our sales. So we haven't gotten caught up yet for the year at all. And I think you were saying you were pretty much equal probably to last year, maybe.
It took me until this week when I had that big sale nut calculator to get year over year finally positive. So you're not positive?
Nope, not yet, because last year we were ramping up in April, May, and June to $10,000 months. So it was we just made much more. But we're happy right now.
You made much less in the second part of the year, though.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
So it kind of averages out.
I don't like numbers. They're not my friends. I don't like to look at them. I just like to feel like
you just know how they make you feel.
I know how they make me feel. I'm very emotional about my change. And I need to make sure that.
Well, I think Josh Galt was also saying how just when he feels like he's at least getting flat and no longer in the red, next thing you know, he has days without sales and now he's back in the red.
I think, and I wanted to talk, that was the other thing I wanted to really, really talk to you about. And it is something that I am I'm down with this. I think this is a true statement. I think I've discovered what happened with eBay. I think we have tranched ourselves. I think we are in some sort of tranches. So
what is that word?
I love this word.
What is that word?
We're tranched out. That's a financial word. You do things in tranches. You like release money in tranches to new businesses, you tranche out some of your. I think you tranche your stock. Did you put it in tranches? Damn tranches, damn it!
One of a series of allotments or funds for a certain purpose. Okay.
Yeah, so it's so that you have all of your money, but then you divvy it out in tranches. Or
so am I using this in the right sentence where Major Win tranches a lot? He's very generous with his tranching.
No, it would be it would be more like in the first month, Major Win is going to tranche you this much out of his giant Major Win pile.
So like allotment.
It's similar to an allotment, but you know how much the total amount is at the beginning, and then you get based on waypoints, based on successes, or whatever. You get another tranche, or when they're handing out different levels of stock, like if it's how there's different types of stock that can be released in tranches. Anyway, point being that Josh was saying that he feels stuck. So we talk about caps and other words that mean that they're scaling you or whatever. There is something to the fact that we have never ever, except for way back in the beginning of eBay when I was selling pinball machines and arcade games, which are things that sold themselves for tons of money. We have never been over, I would say, the $120,000 to $160,000 a year tranche. I'm saying it's a tranche. So maybe there's like an $80,000 to $120,000 tranche, and once you break that 120, you get into 100. That's the limitations. I'm just throwing this out there because when he said that yesterday, I'm like, you're right, Josh. Actually, you're right. We've never broken that tranche that we are still currently in, although we're on the ass end of it right now.
So wait, what's the true statement that you think you have?
I think the statement is that they are limiting us by money. They are limiting us somehow by money, by volume, by money. So they give you a store level, an amount you can sell, things like that. And in some of those, in that instance, I believe tinfoil hat is, applied right here. That unless you're selling very specific sell themselves items, like arcade games and pinball machines, which you can sell as many as you have, so they can't limit you. But when
they might come, if you sell too many, they might come in and be like, "Where are you getting all these?"
They might. And in that case, that's a whole different story. But in the case that I sold over 330,000 in 1 year, and I was new to eBay at the time. This was like in 2000 or 2000, 1999 or something. It was way a long time ago. But there were really no controls back then. You could just do whatever you want, pretty much, for the most part. So anyway. What I'm just saying is no matter how hard Josh works, no matter how, and this really sort of fits right into with your theory too. It doesn't matter how many more you list. You're never going to break out of that tranche without something spectacular, without something pushing you into the next tranche. And I think that trying to figure out how to, if you want to level up, if you're just comfortable, which we very much are, in the 120 to 180 net on eBay, which will get you hopefully somewhere in the 80 to 90,000 a year type, somewhere in there after, gross. That's a sweet spot for a single or a double person team. If you want to grow a business, I think it's very difficult to get past that tranche.
I mean, yes, I agree. I mean, everything you're saying. I mean, but the thing is like most people aren't even thinking about what tranche they want to.
Well, they need to. Tranche is the word of the day.
It's also, according to Biff, a cut of salmon.
Yeah, it is. It's a tranche is a cut of salmon, and that's what we're talking about here. Salmon. Words with silent letters.
Salmon
Rushdie. He has a new book out, by the way, called Knife, because he got stabbed in the face.
Oh.
No, but really, he did. His new book is out. It's called
Yeah.
So years ago, back in 2000, back in 2000, sometime at the end of 2013, I mean, I was feeling that I was pretty much capped. And that was one of the reasons why we opened up a second store. So I noticed this way back then. And like I've told you, and I've told other people that, my thinking was, if this is what I'm going to make, if I open another, then maybe I can, and you can increase that way, but that's also another reason why I just feel like cross-listing or, selling locally, like if eBay is going to cap, and we have to find other ways. I
agree with you. And I think that you're right there with me.
I don't understand the reasoning behind it. And it's not even a matter of, eBay and their responsible initiative, not letting sellers, like we have sellers who have been around for decades, and at some point eBay should be like, okay, this guy, he knows what he's doing, he can handle some more. But it's almost like they don't even, I don't know, they don't even give us the opportunity to get to the next level, to show that we can.
I agree. And this is what I am. It's
socialism, essentially.
Well,
it is.
But here are the workarounds. Well, here's what I'm thinking is a workaround. I don't think Josh has a second store. So I'm thinking that eBay, we talked about it the day before yesterday, I think, about how eBay seems to promote new stores more. They just do. Our new store just gets more action in dumb stuff. So we move all the dumb stuff over from the good store, our 24-year store. We move the dumb stuff, for lack of a better term, over to, which means lower quality versions or lower value items. There's a number of reasons why we might move it over there, or just certain types of items. And those it has a different traffic pattern, is what I'm saying, because it's a newer store. It operates differently and more smoothly.
It gets the more current perks that eBay
offers,
or features that eBay features.
What are
them? Like the spendable funds. So if you have sales, you can use that money directly for buying something. eBay makes it available for purchasing, where our old account, that's not an option.
It's not. And I do think that the newer store, so if you take stuff from the old store, like we're moving stuff slowly over from the old store, stuff that we want to take out, because this is a conversation that's a little scattered, but it's about sell-through rate. It's about tranching. Patricia's like strange use of the word tranche, but I'm trying to move towards Jim Cramer. I want to be more of a Jim Cramer. Tranching.
I really think you missed the opportunity to put tranche in the title for this video.
No, I got to go back and tranche it out. We got to tranche it out. That's what we got to do here. So, and I think that that creating a different store with your lower sell-through rate items helps both the low sell-through rate items create a different store with higher sell-through rates in that store for your crap. And then your good store, you've taken out the slow sell-through rate items and put them in a different store where they have a different relationship. So now you have what?
You've channeled your inner Polish Pete.
I sort of have. And now I'm adding a different layer to it. Once you do that, think about niching out to 5 stores. So if you've got antiques, those should be in one store. If you've got pop culture, those should be in another store. If you've got clothing, those should be in another store.
But you can't have 5 stores.
Yeah, you can.
I thought you could only have 2.
As far as I know, you can have as many stores as you want. As far as I know. Am I lying? Let's figure that out. We should have some facts in this stupid show.
I don't know why. I don't know why 2 is coming.
I believe you can have multiple. I think you can have as many stores as you want. They can be annoying to keep up with for sure, because you have to log into each one, but check that out.
Or at least somebody in this audience has to know the answer to that question.
Failure to tranche instead of launch. That's hilarious. Come on. And so I think that, and then the next layer is something that I sort of just stumbled upon, and that is that you go out, like I used to do for my store, and I think I've done it on eBay too. So let's say you sell, like you've got this nice store that's got not clothing. I'm going to do vintage computers because I know a lot about that stuff. And I don't have an Apple One, but I'll go. This is a stupid. No, I'm not going to even say this one. So I have this vintage store that's got 1,000 items in it, and it's all vintage computing stuff. And there's some good stuff in there, but there's nothing terribly exciting. It's a lot of mundane stuff, but it's good. So then I go out and I buy an Apple II, an original Apple II for $500 that maybe I can sell for $500 or $600. I put it in my store to drive traffic, organic traffic to the store, because it is an organic interest item that people are going onto eBay and searching specifically for that item. So along with creating different stores so you're getting the benefit of having a new store, which comes with some annoyances like not getting paid for till 3 days after the items are delivered for like 6 months. So you got to deal with that. You got to deal with, I think you can only list like 100 items for the first month or something. So you've got to grow that store like you've never had an eBay store before, but you just grow it with all your current knowledge of growing an eBay store. You're going to have a mint condition, top rated seller store in 3 to 5 months. I can't remember how long it took really, but it didn't take as long as I thought. But within 6 months, you've got a fully activated, perfect store that's got good value to eBay. And then you work it, like I said, with some high value stuff that maybe you're buying to front load your store with some excitement. And people do this in stores, in bricks and mortar stores all the time. So,
and you can
have
multiple accounts, as many as you want. James is saying, and I was just looking online too, and yes, eBay does say you can have as many as you want, but you just have to be responsible with them.
James just has one store. I suggested it to him like 6 months ago. I remember when he was going. We were all
this is like, he doesn't, he or anybody with huge stores, you don't have to change that store at all. Just start a second, start a third one, and start creating them. So in 6 months, you've got these new, fresh stores that seem to have some sort of boost from eBay because they want fresh sellers. So they're giving you fresh seller boost. And 3 years in, we're still getting fresh seller boost. And when we move batches of 20 items over from our good store to the crap store, some of that stuff sold that hasn't been selling in the good store for a year or more. So it's getting fresh eyes on it. Even though we're nuclear resetting it every day on our good store, big store, we move it to the small store, do nuclear resets every other day on that, and stuff moves.
So it's probably like what Pete was saying when he switches stuff over to his new store or his small store, is that when we do end and sell similar, it's a new item, but it's not a new item. Like the algorithm is starting to catch on, and the reset it's not anywhere near as effective as it was.
I haven't noticed a slowdown in that with our own personal experience. I'm not sure how I would catch on if it wasn't as effective. But
again, we are doing our whole inventory every single day. So I know other people are doing
portional.
Yeah, different versions of the nuclear reset, but
you're doing like a hydroelectric reset.
Well, a lot of,
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, you have so many. You have way more inventory than us, so I can understand.
More inventory listed. You probably have more overall inventory of all the stuff that you.
That's not listed yet.
Oh, the back, our profit pile, our beautiful, delicious, gorgeous profit piles that aren't annoying at all.
I like the squirrel pile, but
giant pile of crap. How dare you? List yourselves. List yourselves.
I know I'm not going to get a third store. Like, I don't want.
The maintaining a third store and having to log out and log in, this is where I can see there being some significant annoyance. Lots of programs can handle multiple stores. So I think you would also you'd have to figure out the cross-listing software.
So
Tree cat.
Oh, Major
Major
Win is
gifted.
Wait, I just got gifted.
Wait, how can
Major Win, I just got gifted.
Major
a
Win just
membership.
gifted Spam
Thank you.
Banshee. She deserves it, though. You know what?
Thank you.
That is so sweet that Major Win gave Spam a membership to her own channel.
But I can't view the stuff though.
No, I know
So
that you
now
can
I'll be
actually
able
now
to.
view the stuff.
But so James is saying that he got a ton of clothes this past weekend and he is thinking about doing a new store. You really should. And Ryan is saying, I just started a new store last week for non-sports card stuff that I sell. So it will be
Niche those stores.
it would
Tranche
be
them.
interesting to hear, how things go on these stores. I know, Major Win, it's so funny. I'm now a member. Yay!
Yay.
Release the tranches.
Did you want to take a look at?
Oh,
Nah.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. We lost a lot of it, though. 9:36. No, we didn't lose any of it. Major Win came in here at 9:36 a.m. and said stuff. And then we said hi to everybody. And then we see Silver Hair Stacker, Charlie's the Angels. Yay, Hayfro is also back. Everybody missed you. I'm so glad that you're, back on. I mean, I wanted to talk more about some other stuff like before I read everything. So make sure we get far enough behind to where we can't possibly ever catch up.
We are 30 minutes.
We are at 30 minutes already. But I wanted to say, because I think, people, you've admitted it yourself that you feel like you're the guy who's sort of, you're the Cain and Abel. No, who's the one, the little guy who throws the rock at the giant. So like you're alone with your battling of eBay.
Goliath.
Davey and Goliath. Is that it? So you, hey,
Yeah.
Davey. But you're not alone. You're just you're kind of the face of the people of our anger. Sometimes I'm saying, but I know you don't.
While you're saying that, we'll keep talking. I got to find a comment somebody left on my channel today that'll.
Well, I'm just saying you're representative of a lot of ours. I like to keep a really positive outlook because I really do feel like there's nothing I can't do. There's nothing I can do, but I'm still a warrior. So like if I'm just like skipping down the street, just lopping heads off left and right, I'm just like la dee da, I'm gonna kill you, eBay. But as long as everything's okay, I just keep it sort of undercover. But I was gonna say that Biff Boffo said I think that wasn't that yours. Where else would it be? Or maybe it was in Major Win's thing this morning. That he pinned a comment from Biff Boffo saying, other sellers. I wrote this really weird. Other sellers web page seller list.
God.
Check here for. No, he said, when you feel burnout, someone else is feeling it too. This is when you bury your competition, work through it. And I just have to say, This is part of capitalism that is truly, it can be very offensive to some people, but it's really the heart and soul of capitalism. It's not like you hope somebody's feeling miserable, but you know that when you're feeling miserable, someone else is, and all you got to do is hold on longer than they do. Possibly buy their stuff from them when they quit.
Attrition.
Yes, you have to. I'm not saying I'm hoping for attrition, but I'm not rooting against it. I mean, I will take advantage of the situation. And I think I did that with 45s. I think a lot of 45 sellers disappeared, and not through any intentional thing, except for offering stuff at the proper discounted rate. We rose up to it might sound stupid, but like 51 or 49, maybe even this week, out of 7,500 45 sellers, like in that report that you get, the thing report, we rose up there. We've sold maybe 60 records in the past 2 months, and we're somehow like the 51st highest record seller on eBay.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Can you pat my back, please? Thank you.
I would just like to add that it is extremely important to hear what Hayfro Jeff has to say.
Yeah, it is.
And that we all are experiencing some negative things with eBay, some more than others. And since eBay isn't explaining why some people are experiencing these things, we're only left to speculate and try to figure it out on our own. And I think Jeff has been great in helping people through that. And
well, he was the first guy.
Yeah.
So when we came on all scared and confused and naked and alone and wet and cowering in the corner, Jeff came over and he gave us his cloak and he said, "Come with us, children. Come into the manger."
Maria said the Gandalf of eBay.
Yes, he is. And it was a wilderness back then. I mean, it was a wilderness that
I think long ago, right?
What's that?
Like it feels longer than it has been.
It was a long year. It was a rough year, and our year didn't start till June, so really we haven't even hit a full year yet. But right now, I feel like we did in June. Like if I started promoting right now, I think I could have a $10,000 month. If I started promoting, like I'm at the point where I think that promotions. I know it's weird to say that.
Well,
but
why don't you test that?
I don't want to. I'm scared. I'm scared. Honest to gosh, we are scared. We sit over here doing the nuclear reset, doing nothing differently, like doing the same things out of sheer fear that we're gonna somehow tank our progress. I mean, I'm only half kidding on this. I'm pretty serious actually.
I know exactly what you mean. Like I'm testing something right now, and it's going to take probably a couple weeks to get a little bit more data. But it's just like I'm torn as to whether to do something because for the exact same reason. It's like any little change in your account can affect it, and you don't know what change is going to affect what, and it's just lame, to be honest with you. The whole spending all this time trying to figure things out, trying this, trying that. It's just like it's so old.
You know, it's definitely old. I don't mind having the knowledge, but
well, no. But I mean, I'm just like if eBay just let us focus on what we need to do, and don't play the games, allow people to just locate things on search in an easy way.
I mean, I'm over expecting anything too exceptional to happen, but thank you to Jet Fixer. I mean, we did see the thing happen in March, so something happened that was planned. I'm personally, I think that something happened. I think Biff Baffa would agree to that. Something that was peculated. I see Pascanino says, yes, peculate. Something that was speculated on actually happened to us that we were hoping to expect and saw it happen. And it did not seem to be widespread, except for it did happen to a few people, like Biff Boffo having the best time of his life. We're not having the best time of our lives, but I think that I don't know. I'm beginning to think if I promoted right now, we would have more.
You promote on your small store, right?
Yes, we went 3 weeks without it. It's about 2 weeks back after a 3-week break because and we're not seeing anything better from promoting. Nothing. We actually got more page views and impressions and sales from not promoting. But at least that's the account that I can screw around with. So I have been a little bit.
Go
ahead, Spam.
No, you're gonna make a point. I was just gonna say hi to people. So you go ahead.
I was gonna read what Baskin Noodle said here. Question to ask: where they will. Question to ask where they be no answer is what percentile of consumer money has Temu drawn off of eBay, and how much was Walmart authorized surplus chain draw off or Macy's doing that now. I'm not sure what that means, but I do agree that while Temu is not a competitor directly of the things that we sell, they are a competitor in the regards that they are taking
dollars.
They're taking dollars out of our customers' pockets.
Yeah. No, I think that, if the tranche of people, the demographics of people who buy stuff on Temu would be buying stuff, certainly some of our stuff, vintage or otherwise, on eBay. I don't like for certain things like vintage computers. I mean, I don't think there's any threat from Temu on that currently. They could just decide
no, but like think about it. If a husband and a wife have X amount of disposable income that they can spend on online stuff, and let's say the wife or let's say the husband goes in and buys a bunch of stuff and spends a bunch of money.
That never happens, Jeff. You know that.
The wife won't have as much money to spend, or vice versa.
Yes, no, it's a good point.
Yes, right. They're spending their money on Temu or however you say it instead of on eBay. Not that they're looking for the same product. They just now spent their money on Temu. Now they don't have it to buy your vintage computer.
Exactly, because a vintage computer is a luxury. Let's face it.
And Biff is saying that Temu aligns more with Amazon than eBay for sure. I agree with that.
Of course, but we're fighting over just descriptions of. It's all about the money and how. Like we were just
disposable income.
We were just talking earlier in the show about like what happens if there is a real significant downturn in the economy. Like and like if you think about it, we're supposedly going to be entering the slow time of the year, right?
Yeah. I mean, up until last year, though, that's the weird part. Though last year, our best June on record, because June was our dog do month. So June, July, August, it was our standard dog duty doo-doo months. And June last year turned out to be by far our best month. It normally would have been outpaced by November and December, but it wasn't, because we essentially, Jack would love to hear this. I mean, we did get halved. We got halved. And then we've built it back up, to be, we got, at this point, only 20. What's that?
Maria says we have been half. Maria was half.
Which half is the question? Which half were we left with? I don't know.
Maria's half. She's only like this big.
If she sat next to you right now, we wouldn't even see the top of her head.
I am sitting next to him.
Good one. That was good.
Oh my goodness. So
is Ryan saying my sound is off?
I'm just reading that reverb. I can't see because of the heart icon, but
that will never leave.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be there forever.
Oh, there we go.
There's just a little bit. Yeah, I didn't see the hearts.
It's like those catchets. You have to like put it. You have to scroll it to be in the right spot.
In the exact right spot.
That's the fingers have. There they are.
Ta-da! That's for you, Ryan. eBay is competing against the entirety of manufacturer retail supply chain online now. Big change post-COVID. I guess they are. I mean, I don't see eBay that way, but that's because they haven't wanted us to, they don't want to go back to the global garage sale, but they are.
I guess I sound like I'm underwater.
Not really. Not to us.
Yeah, that's odd, huh?
Oldest Millennial says, "Aloha, oldest millennial." I'm not. We're not hearing any poor tranching of Hayfrosells noise, so apologies if you are hearing that. Jack says they let anyone onto YouTube Live these days. It's so true.
When you were talking about, so I wanted to read a comment that I got today. Hey Jeff, I have a vision of you standing outside eBay headquarters leading the chant of no pro, no pro, no pro.
No professional, no pro, or
Promotion.
No promoted listings. Yeah. It's not, again, why this is a dead horse for sure. It's not about promoted listings. There's nothing inherently, well, there might be inherently evil about promoted listings, but there might be. It's just that they don't do what they do. What do they do?
But there might be.
But there might be. So no, if promoted listings did what it was supposed to do, I wouldn't have a problem with it, and I wouldn't be scared to use it in blah 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 XYZ.
I'm trying to sit a little closer. Let me know, people, if this is any better.
Can you ask the person that commented what wrestling outfit you're wearing when you're standing?
Oh, so Maria's watching Glow on Netflix, and she thinks you would make a great wrestling announcer, Primo.
Ladies and
gentlemen.
That was me. I could do Duke Nukem. I've really been practicing Duke Nukem lately too. I'm Duke Nukem.
It's a video game. Was it a video game first and then a show, or was it?
It was a video game, yeah. From like the early 90s. It was one of the first sort of 3D engine games. Like Hexen and
Everyone is saying that you're sounding better, Jeff.
Okay. Sometimes it just happens, but I'm not even hearing it on this side, so.
Meta
I was
Vinci.
a little further away from the microphone before.
Peter, Polish Pete.
Peter, Polish Peter is here.
Meta Vinci. And then
Meta Vinci, aloha.
Motorcycle Dork 2 is in Dragoo Artworks. I'm sorry, there are people that had popped in earlier. I just wanted to say hi, but
Meta Vinci says it's a business decision to favor the 1 million plus sellers and ignore the little guys. I don't see why they would intentionally throttle us. It's a byproduct of bumping up the big guys. Yes, I mean you can't throttle. They're probably not throttling us down. They're throttling other people up, and therefore we get throttled down just because you can't. Not everybody can be up. Somebody has to go down.
right.
And that's for sure true. $1 million listings the sellers do not pay the bills, because first of all, there's not that many of them, and although they most certainly do bring them to San Jose and powder their fannies or whatever they do over there, but they're not necessarily. I don't think Commonwealth Picker does not sell 1 million. They took him under the wings because he is a booster. Kind of, pretty much a booster.
Yeah, he's become a little bit of a cheerleader.
And I don't mind cheerleaders of eBay. eBay still to this day is, at some point in my life, I put pride. Pride seems to be a thing that carries through here. I used to have pride in being an eBay seller, even because we were new and it was a long time ago. And it was cool in the 2000s to be an eBay seller. And then I think something happened along the way where, I don't know, it's not quite as, the gloss is gone.
Last April happened. What?
Oh yeah, remember that? Hey, Jeff, remember last April? Remember that?
So Jack calls it when the comet hit in April.
Is that what? So it was last April the comet hit, and then that's what brought us down. That makes sense.
And I have heard in comments so many people say, like, I've heard people go as far to say it's not that I don't have pride. It's not that people have gone as far as, like, I'm embarrassed to be an eBay seller now because of how they're treating us.
I mean, I'm not. I definitely like eBay a lot. I feel if we disliked it a lot, we would definitely be selling more on other platforms, and we're not, because we still have faith in eBay.
We have heard from friends and acquaintances and
yeah, so I was just going to add to this, though, that in a way I am a little embarrassed of eBay, not because of eBay, but because of other sellers, buyers on eBay. And an example, sellers and buyers / buyers.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
And my sister has a really good friend that just purchased an $800 sewing machine off from eBay, and it's been 3 weeks and they have not received it. Instead, they received sewing needles from this seller. So clearly they were scammed. And, I said, well, has your friend contacted eBay? Yes. So they have initiated, reporting this.
Can you imagine what over the pandemic, the scam?
So that's why I'm not embarrassed about eBay specifically. I'm embarrassed other sellers and buyers. They embarrass me.
Can you imagine how rampant bad sellers became over?
I know.
Because we got burned several times over the pandemic.
We were trying to buy
air purifiers.
And
we got scammed multiple times
from
eBay, people that had hundreds of feedbacks and stuff. So I'm saying
eBay caught a couple times and said, we're canceling this. This is somebody that is
I'm talking about how bad it must have been.
It is, and it still is. There's still...
So that we're not proud of that.
That's what I'm embarrassed about and not proud of. But I am still... When I go to my dentist appointments and they ask me what I do, I say I'm an eBayer.
That's a really good point. We actually do tell people.
I do say I'm an eBayer. I sometimes I now say reseller because I am like prepared that we are
that's our
possibly going to have
pronoun.
To go toward the other platforms at
our
some point. Our
pronoun is reseller.
Yeah, reseller.
I love the concept of eBay. I really do. I'm not enjoying like some of the things that we're experiencing or that we have to do to be resellers right now. But this too shall pass, I guess.
Well, I have become comfortable with what they have done to us. I'm comfortable with the fact that there's nothing I'm going to do at this particular point. Nothing I can do can make my life better except for I don't even have to accept it anymore. I'm past accepting. We've accepted. We're beyond we're to the point where we make do with less. In that, if I thought about that, I'd probably be a little annoyed, but at the same time, I can say that selling our collectible car, which we had to do last year, ended up being one of the best turned out to be the best thing that's happened in a long time as far as being
a blessing in disguise.
What's that?
Like a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise, absolutely. And it's still paying off and will pay off kind of for almost a couple years to come. So as far as it, yeah, I don't like that we had to do it, but I'm over feeling bad about it, but guess what? If they come, I can't imagine what I'll do if they add another punch in the face. If they punch us in the throat again, I don't know what's going to happen.
Primo Unleashed.
Primo Unleashed is right. But, basically a bunch of ranting here. Oh, sorry, we didn't hear, Maria.
Is the wrestler and jumps in the ring.
Tag me in. Okay, I'm here.
Wow, Ryan, great.
Well, Ryan just sold 15. Well, Ryan, you're welcome. That was the power of the broadcast.
Silver hair stacker too. Just cha-ching.
The power of tranching.
Ryan was also
We're
just
filling those
commenting
tranches.
too that he recently got scammed. He bought some cards and they were supposed to have Derek Jeter, and they came without them.
Well, on eBay Live, Carl. Aloha, Carl.
Carl!
And Carl's saying, the thing that is, why should we accept this? I mean, I don't think we have a choice. That's really the bottom line. But as far as them controlling visibility, I think they're allowed to do that. But in the EU and the US, I mean, it's not like I don't not think about legalities or what they're doing, if it's even legitimate. At this point, I haven't heard anybody say anywhere on any of the e-commerce bites or on value-added resources, nobody has said, is it illegal? There's been some questioning about Amazon and stuff, and there's lawsuits and stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing.
We're not hearing anyone say what eBay is doing.
That having an algorithm that manipulates visibility to items is illegal. Could the promoted listing racket be illegal? Like, that's where I see a slight cause. Like, if they they're charging you for something you don't get.
The FTC's issue is, and it has to do with the Amazon and their sponsored things. It's more like they're looking at the best interest for the consumer, not really necessarily the seller. They're looking at like, is what Amazon is doing, is it in the best interest? Are the prices are they pushing these higher price items when there's actually lower ones, but because people are
right.
And we do see that with eBay. We do. I think if, because you sort and a higher priced items are sometimes pushed up higher. I don't know. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how that case plays out.
I mean, it's interesting, and it is happening to a certain extent. I think that was that also Josh yesterday, just sort of, thinking and expressing his opinion, or just anecdotally how he can have items that are less expensive, and he watches people things that are more
cheaper.
yeah
or no more expensive.
Yes. And I don't know what I think that some of that is some of it could be some of it's all visibility, but some of that visibility is in your control through titles, pictures, price.
I would argue that there is a case for sellers being the customer of eBay.
Yes.
And not, because
we are the customer of eBay. Yes, we are.
It's about the overall market of buyers not getting what they things being hidden from them where they could save money, where they could find things that cost less. However, with that context in mind, the sellers are eBay's customers. So there is a case to say that as customers, sellers are not receiving what they are paying for or expected because, again, the lack of transparency with promoted listings.
Well, start writing that brief, please, so that we can.
Could you hear her?
Yeah, totally.
We could. I'm not sure if everyone else could. But
they should if they should hear the same thing we're hearing.
Yeah, unless she sounded like she was underwater, though. I don't know.
But
she was
I think that's true.
I am underwater.
And you're tiny in the chair.
That we are eBay's customers. I mean, we can talk about all partnerships or whatnot, but if you actually look at us, they are in between customer to customer. So we are the customer. They're not a business to business. They're a C to C, customer to customer.
In one of the eBay for Business podcast, they read viewer listener questions, and somebody did ask about, is it worth me promoting, yada yada yada, and where, how is the promoting work? Does it bump my item up in the list? And
it doesn't. They actually said it doesn't.
What the response? It sort of sounds like they weren't totally sure on how it works themselves. And what they did say definitely would not convince me to want to promote. So,
well, people have been over this before, but ultimately they just say that it's it puts you in one of those blocks.
And they did say no, it doesn't necessarily bump you up in the list. It just throws in your item in random spots.
Random promoted listing spots.
Well, right, but it could be.
So it doesn't put it in the general list of search. It puts it in the spots that are for sponsored ads.
Right.
So, and that's what we've I think we figured that out very quickly in the whole big mess. The question was, does it ever work? And the fact is that depends on what you're selling, and it depends on if your items if they have anything to them, like a name or something. So anyway, what's that mean? I wanted to read. Carl said eBay eBay's clause to not allow buyers group for a case. They have to do it individually, or they will be removed from the platform.
Ooh.
I
So,
haven't.
no class action.
I haven't gone into it deep enough because I'm not signing up for a class action at this point.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a clause. You can't. You can't.
Okay, yeah, because not gonna do that. Just gonna sell more stuff and make more money and see if we can press that, multiple store thing. So if you can get up to $80,000 and you're tranched in the 80 to 20 range, and you have 2 stores, then you should be able to make $160,000. Has anybody tried that very specific style where you would have 2 identicals, not identical, not the same items, but very similar items in 2 different stores? I feel like this is deja vu. I've asked this before.
No, you can't have.
No,
eBay does not want you to have this
Hold on.
Ronald McDonald. Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be the same items.
Right.
It's the same items. But it's not the same items. It's the same items.
My 2 stores have pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
But I think to
fine.
really test it, you would have to have 50 Elvis records. You'd have to have the same merch twice, not double listing anything. Pokey is poking me because he's like, I have things to say, Dad. You're saying it wrong. I want to have exactly duplicate items, 2 different stores that are duplicates of each other, selling individual duplications of each thing.
What are you saying?
It's not relisted. You're not listing the same thing twice because that is clearly eBay 101 illegal. So you have.
So you're saying if you have 4 purple lollipops, you'll want to sell 2 on one.
That's correct.
And then 2 on the other.
Same brand, same color, same age,
fine,
same year,
right?
same manufacturer, same flavor.
According to Pete, no, you're not allowed to do that.
You are. Pete's in UK. You can do that.
Okay.
Wait, if you only have 4 and you can't list 4 on one and 4 on the other when you only have 4, you would need 8. Right? That's
why
allowed.
is your math so? Why can't we just do 1s and 2s? Why do you have to jump right up there?
Let me change the numbers again.
Yeah. So if nobody's ever done that, then we haven't really tested anything as far as could a new store and an old store have truly different experiences. It's all anecdotal for us. Stoic has turned into a full-on financial advisor.
I was watching his video while I was driving yesterday, and then I got out, did grocery shopping, and then I forgot to finish it. Well, I was getting to the part where he was just starting to get because I was very interested to see where he was going with it. What was the main gist of how did he tie it into reselling?
Yesterday, the yesterday's video. I can't remember.
About all the retail theft.
Retail theft.
Affecting resellers in that,
and how it trickles, sort of not trickles down or up or whatever. But it definitely affects resellers. It definitely affects retailers.
Well,
even though theft is down.
Well, I think also a lot of this theft, like he was saying, smash and grabs, and people just walking out of stores with huge amounts of product, they then go and resell them
on eBay
or other platforms.
He was saying in San Francisco they have an open air bazaar where people just go sell all their smash and grabs.
But how does that affect me? How does that affect me and you right now?
I don't think it would affect us selling vintage stuff.
He's saying coming up. He's saying coming up, the world's gonna die. We're all dead, and and I'm not. We just lived through a big, almost big mess. I'm not ready to go back into another one, so I'm just going to put my head in the sand where my money used to be.
So James just says, I want to say it again so no one loses their account. You cannot sell the same item on 2 different eBay.
No, but you can have
But if you have multiples of it.
Like if you have 2 different Jawa figures, Star Wars Jawa figures, you put one on one account.
Maybe you can't because it's you're manipulating. Like I hear what you're saying.
Oh, you think that they would think it's manipulation? How can that be construed as manipulation? If it's two different items, it's the same.
Because you are trying to multiple items in the top slot. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's the point Pete was trying to make. So now I wanted to hear what if James can respond to that, is if that's.
Well, Pete is saying identical item, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying two different Star Wars figures that came from two different locations. It doesn't matter where they came from, but two different items, but they're the same item. But you have two of them.
I hear what you're saying, but
does everybody else hear that though?
Just remember, eBay doesn't always make sense, and so we may be right, but they can still make you wrong. But they can still make you wrong.
I suppose it's true if you what would I do? In my case, if I list a similar item, it has the exact same title, except I put a period at the end indicating I have items up there that we have 8 of that listed the exact same way, different pictures because they're different items, but they're the same title because they're here I go. They're the same item, but I have duplicates of them. And they're listed all on my site with the same title. The only thing different about them is there's a period at the end of the title for each one.
I hear you, and we could call eBay and probably get 3 different answers.
I'm not calling them.
Well,
ever.
and Polish Pete is saying also, so exactly what James is saying. I do not want anyone to lose their account. You cannot sell the same item on 2 different eBay accounts. And Polish Pete is saying having 2 accounts, you are still the same seller. That's from eBay Global.
But Great Reseller's Life is first saying it would have to be different conditions and different prices. Yes, okay, fair enough. But what if they're both near mint and the price is 1 cent difference?
No, I don't. I think there's a possibility.
No,
Jeff Fixer agrees with me. Hold on, I gotta play
James
his
is
thing.
still saying no. It is not allowed.
But Jet
no.
has this cool theme song.
Don't risk it, anyone. Do not risk it.
I'm not telling people that. I'm just saying, how far can you?
Hi, James.
Hi, aloha. I don't know if that is. I don't know if that's pushing the envelope, but the point would be to test a new account versus an old account in its efficacy. That's why we would be doing that in the first place. Basket Noodles can manipulates him. Cat, not can.
Stoic said that he was making the point that these large retailers are going to leverage the situation, create legislation to make it harder.
Yes,
to sell
right.
online.
Yeah, Veros and
I
stuff.
added, maybe it'll be harder to sell like new stuff. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
not going to affect us.
And I think that's called the Main Street something. It's packaged as something to help everybody, and it's really just to help the retailers. Pete is saying if you have 20 pieces of the same item, you can't do 20 different listings. You have to list them in multiples. Now we're getting somewhere, Pete. Now we're getting somewhere. So, am I doing something illegal right now by having 8 computer manuals, Apple computer manuals that are the exact same manual in title, but they are 8 individual manuals that I have individually photographed with the same titles, same prices, same everything, except for there's a dot in the title to indicate that it is...
No, because they each are in their own condition. They are. I don't want somebody to be like, but the picture had a mark only in the upper right corner, and you just sent me one that has a mark on the back.
That's why we do it this way.
Well, right. But no, that's different.
Is it different?
I think so, yeah.
Well, he's saying that you should list it. I think he's saying that you should list it as you have this particular item and then you have 20 of them.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't.
The most annoying subject we have ever broached.
Yeah,
we tranched the living crap out of this one.
But I think that's the way most resellers are. Is they're looking for a way to game the system, and they'll fight their point of view until death.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe and they could be right, but we could both be right at the same time. That's the frustrating part of this all, isn't it?
And we can both be wrong at the same time.
Absolutely. And nobody knows the truth.
And we do not
except for Jamie Ione. He's sitting up there in his giant ivory tower with all his gold coins and his Mercedes convertible with rain.
And we don't sell the same items on both of our stores. They're completely different, but we do have multiples, like you said, of manuals that have the same title, but they're all in varying conditions. It would not make sense to have them all in one listing on that one account.
PPUK says, I had 2 of the same skirts. They were different sizes. I contacted eBay and asked if I should list them as a variation listing or can I do 2 separate listings. They said both are allowed.
Thank
so you.
You. Thanks, Polish Pete.
That's
very helpful.
And Basket Needles Shop Safe Act. New used doesn't matter. It's a trademark infringement. And it is the Shop Safe Act. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And I do remember them saying that used, it wasn't going to be easy even to do used stuff. But I think that that's going to be the fix here, is that if you list it as used, you can't get a Vero.
Yes, I have read in some groups where people had a new item listed as new and got Veroed, and then people said, "Oh, you need to list it as used, and you'll be fine." And supposedly they then changed it, listed it as used, and they were fine. I don't know if that's really true or the case, but that is what I've read probably, I think, 3 or 4 times on some of the groups that I'm on. So I don't know why, but.
And then Polish Pete is pointing out I think the most obvious thing here is how we're all, however many people are in this chat right now, that's how many different scenarios we have on eBay. I mean, because it's impossible to. The closest thing I can see is clothing sellers are united. Do you have a bag on already?
Yeah, he needs to go.
He's got his bag on. He's got his seatbelt on already.
Thank you so much for being here, Jeff.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It was great having you here. We're so glad.
We all missed you, and I'm glad you're here. You're ready to go to school, so go wait for the bus.
And I love the hat.
We'll see you here. Hopefully, we'll see you next week or the week after. You like to take a week off to make everybody lust for you and wait.
All right, guys.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye,
Bye,
see you guys. Aloha. Okay, we're
Aloha.
gonna go big. We're big. We're all by ourselves. Hayfro is gone. Hayfro's has left the building. We're left here with a whole bunch of people who are adding to the conversation. I'm trying to keep up with that.
ABC.
So yeah, that's how I've always I've seen it, the way we've done it with duplicate items. So the whole point is to see if a new store will sell. So if I took 4 of those 8 manuals, brought them over to another store, I'm not trying to circumvent the number of items I have or anything else. I'm just trying to see if the new store will sell those 4 manuals the same way the other store will sell the similar product. If there'd be any difference at all. In my theory I theorize that it would be better on the newer store. You would see more action on the newer store.
And Pete is saying that the manuals are sort of considered collectibles, which they're vintage, they're not even made anymore.
That's why I love to sit in that collectible category.
So he said that's, sort of a gray area. But Polish Pete is following up some. He's saying, so eBay's suggestion is list identical items in one fixed price listing using eBay's bulk listing. List items with variations such as size and color in one fixed price listing with variations. Yeah, I guess we don't really fit into that then. We don't.
Yeah, we can't take advantage of the variation. That we don't have that in our categories. So
we're really just one-offs. So
that I can't wipe my own bleep.
What?
Oyo Gusto.
Yeah, your emoji or emojicon did not show up. It's a square.
It's just a square, so we don't know what you can't wipe.
Oh, on the
we
desktop.
can make assumptions.
Oh no, but on the mobile app.
A cow?
My vision's bad. I think
like
it's a donkey, a jackass.
Looks like a tiny donkey.
I don't know.
What's another word for donkey? Let's see. Oyo Gusto. I can wipe anything, but I can't wipe my own blank.
It's one word, 3 letters. It's a. Ding, 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 ding. It's a mule. Gangland Legacy.
Gangland Labs. How long have we been talking? It's only been an hour and 15 minutes, and we got the Wawa mouth. Gangland Legacy's in the house. Aloha. That is Gangland Legacy. It's just like when you let the muscles go in your mouth and you just sort of talk like Barbara Wawa.
Paul Rose likes that 70s porno theme.
It's the match game. It's match game music. Polish Pete says yes, but in theory, you could list all those manuals as one listing, each one of their own photos. Yeah.
We don't want to take the chance of someone saying they didn't get what was
in the case where we're selling a whole bunch of things. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Adios, Polish Pete. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for contributing to the chat.
Thanks for all the info.
Now, what we're going to do, now we're going to jump all the way back up into the chitty chat up here.
We're only an hour and 15 minutes
Yeah, it's
behind.
an hour behind. But let's just see. There might be some good stuff up in here. And it'll be like time travel, like Jeff is still here. I think there's a chance it might have dipped, though probably unlikely, so staying flat. I'm assuming that's probably GMV at eBay. I'm just guessing. Basket noodle recessing economy have a lot of negative impacts. Got to understand, like everyone who has a house made a bucket of equity they don't want to give up. Yeah, we don't. So we probably should run out and get a home equity loan before it all falls apart.
While you're reading those, I'll read some of the new things coming in.
Do that.
And Benny Stratton is saying that Daily Refinement once stated in one of his videos that 5% of eBay sellers make 95% of the sales.
Yeah,
if this is true, that's crazy. It sure is not sharing the wealth and no level playing field.
And I think if you up that even more to like 1% of eBayers make 99% of the money or something, that probably doesn't make mathematical sense.
Isn't that like what it is in the U.S.? Like,
yeah, it's
1% of the population makes 99% of the money.
So I don't see why that wouldn't be that way. If humans are left up to their own capitalistic desires, I think it just ends up that way because there's always going to be somebody who's going to fight a little harder than you.
Basket Noodle was saying,
but we're tranched. See, we're tranched. So I'm only going to fight as hard as people in my tranche, which means like, I'm not going to be put up. I'm in chubby weight. They're not going to put me up with fly weight, like for boxing. So they're only going to match you up with your tranche.
So James was just saying something must have been clogging up eBay sales. Nothing for hours and then double the sales in 15 minutes.
And yeah, James has such a flowage, it's like he can tell.
Yeah.
His sales come in so regularly throughout the day.
It's very
noticeable.
noticeable.
You can tell when the tap gets turned off or on. And I feel like that's almost, that would be worse than what we have, like as anxiety provoking. Because it's not happening. For us, it's like, we could go 2 days without a sale and be like, that's okay.
However, we are on day what?
Like 40.
With a sale, at least.
No 0-day sales.
Yeah, no zero.
This is the first time since we've been keeping records, and we've only been keeping records since last year. Last year in April, I looked at the back office, but nothing. We weren't keeping track of anything. If anything, I would just go look at it and go, "Oh, looks like good. Look at all that, buddy. Let's transfer it," and then do it like instantly, and then pay the 1.5%, and then wish I hadn't. That's what I was doing, because there was so much money. It was like water. What is it in Dumb and Dumber? He say? The water flows like the wine flows like water. Something I can't remember.
So let's see. Way back an hour ago, Callie Debs was saying her sales.
You're switching over to my side
because you're not.
Okay, sorry.
I'll
Go ahead.
back and forth.
She's gonna take over.
So her sales are way down after having really many days of being up. Decor Depot. Did we say hi to you?
Yeah, we did.
I don't know.
We
Okay.
Saying tranche out with your raunch out.
All right. Yeah, working 20% harder this year for about only 5% growth. And then Basket Noodle was saying what happened to eBay mainly is online retail, and then tons of brick and mortar small businesses have changed paths. AO, I almost forgot to wear my tinfoil hat before joining the live. I hope you put it on now.
James says, I'm also 1 hour into my first experiment that I talked about in today's video. Revise and submit without any updates. Will that pop up organic sales? I mean, just unlist them and then just relist them with nothing else, like no changes at all. Don't know. Guess we'll have to. I've never tried that because we do get locked into our patterns where anytime I end or relist, I always change something just because that's sort of like what has been said and what I profess that you need to do, but there's no rule book, so I don't know if that actually works. Does it?
Oh, Jen had a sale. Ryan says eBay is spraying the chemtrails.
Oh yeah, eBay. I wish they'd spray some chemtrails and make people buy stuff. Oh, shoot. We had so much to say today and I didn't say it all.
Oh.
Second store. I wanted to. Josh Galt asked people to go look at his store and said, just roast him if you want to, which of course I wouldn't. I think he's got a great store. But when we went and looked at it, he's got 17,000 items. We can't go through it. And so this is
18,000.
18,000 items. 18,000 items.
Oh, Callie Debs just got a. Oh, well, that was a while ago. But got a sale.
We can ching her too. And so, we were looking through his items, just like, first of all, James purchased, he did a short yesterday. Josh Galt did. James purchased an item from Josh, which was so generous. I mean, it was a good item. So it's not like James is going to lose some money on it or anything, but it's like was really cool. And Josh was really excited about it. And I couldn't help but have like a really pride. I felt proud.
You made us feel proud, James.
Yes, and it's just our community together.
Yeah, the reseller community.
And James purchased something from another reseller, and it just really, really struck a chord with me. I don't know if there's any way for us to do that any practical way. Some of you for sure don't want to sell your stores, but if people did want to sell items from your store, they're very easy to build a little website that can just download certain stores and then somehow organize the data or not or whatever.
You're saying to have a list for all
not
of us
necessarily
to share
just
our
a list.
stores?
I don't know the best way to do it. So either just have a stupid web page which is a list of everyone's stores. You could do that. But I'm saying mix all the things together. Maybe you could separate them by geolocation. You could do a number of different things. But if 10 people wanted to share their stores, all those things would go into one web page, and you could search and just look through the web page at all the products for all the people that you want to shop from. Now, I don't know how valuable that is to anybody, but I do think that it's kind of a fun idea that I thought could be done.
And James was saying no delisting, just revise and submit.
Oh, so you're saying just click on revise and then not revise. Just give it a little zippity zap, little ping. I don't know why that would do anything, but why not? Try it all. It's got to be tried. Stuff has to be tried.
And he's saying...
do we write down what we try?
No, just doing the 2,000 at a time through eBay.
Do we keep track of everything we do, or do we just keep forgetting and then trying the same thing over and over?
James, he's saying, that's the first. Made someone feel proud. No, you're awesome.
No, yeah, you are awesome. I mean, and I just thought that was... So shows the reality of the community here. And I think a lot of us, maybe some of us are even derailed, I would say, because of the last year. Reconnect with your reseller roots, which we all are in this chat. Maybe that would be a cool thing to unite us. I don't know how to say that.
So,
but go shop our stuff. Can you please buy all of our stuff? Thank you.
Biff Boffo,
and don't complain and don't return anything and just buy it and give us our money and then shush.
Over an hour ago,
Thank
Biff
you.
said, I keep trying to kick the door down with more listings, but the progress is slow, even though my conversions are high. Which you just reminded me
our
of.
Point. Yeah, maybe our point.
Well, I'm bringing up a point that I heard on Polish Pete's.
Unaccepted. Point.
The other day, I don't remember what day it was, where he mentioned that doing like resets didn't really seem to be producing much anymore. I don't know how often he was doing them, but he felt that he was seeing an extra boost, or I'm sorry, listing every day was not producing a lot of exposure. That's what it was. Listing every day.
I feel like that hasn't worked for a long time.
And he was saying that he banks his drafts and then will list them.
He bangs his drafts?
And then we'll list them all at once. And he was saying that he was seeing a boost when he was doing that. And he was recommending doing about banking about 10 to 15% of what your store is. So obviously, if you have 1,000 items, do about 100 drafts, and then get them all up the same day.
Well,
and he was saying he sees a good boost as though you're doing a reset.
I can say that we more often than not list. I do the final listing, so she drafts them all, and then but I would say that I probably do them like every week.
We sort of do it that way.
Like I just do a whole bunch of them.
We were saying in last week's video how our daily listing, we don't list every day, but for the week we're up in listing for the week.
Yeah.
But we're not everyday listers. So
and I could say that it definitely we do see a boost after listing.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a boost in traffic. You see a boost, like real boost. It's usually I can kind of tell now. I see a little more of the external site views now when we do a batch. Jack, wait, what's Jack saying?
I was just looking at that, Primo, instead of wasting the hundreds of millions of hours trying to do what you're saying, how about eBay just push the button and give us our views and sales?
Jack, but I don't think they're going to do that. I can't wait around for the magic button to be pressed. It's not happening. I feel like they pressed half the button in March. They did. Something happened in March. It made our what do you call it? When you don't call stuff a swear word? Our stuff was, stuff moved. Something happened in March.
Would you mind scrolling that one down?
Oh, I can scroll. Jack, scroll.
Do it in the Duke Nukem voice. Keep going.
Duke. Hi, I'm Duke. Wait, I can't even think now.
And I'm going to scroll.
I'm Duke Nukem, and I'm going to scroll. I'm going to scroll all you alien bastards.
More, please.
I'm Duke Nukem.
Although the oldest millennial...
I'm going to tranche all you alien bastards.
Oldest millennial was like, Aloha in Primo voice. It's Boomer and the Nudge. What movie or cartoon is that from?
Boomer and the Nudge?
It's plaguing my mind. What's that?
Boomer and the Nudge? Boomer and the Nudge. That had to be, I don't know. The oldest millennial is, how old is the oldest millennial?
They would be 40? Late 30s.
Boomer was a dog on Nickelodeon, maybe. I'm trying to pinpoint your age and go for the most likely. Was Boomer a
Crank
blue dog?
Anchors. He answered it.
Oh, Crank Anchors.
Or
okay.
she, or he, I'm guessing.
Do we know the pronouns of the oldest millennial?
No, we don't.
Millennials don't do pronouns.
Oh, thank you, Amy. She was saying, please tranche the like button, peeps. Thank you.
Please tranche the like button. Please tranche the subscribe button. We're almost at 5,000, so you could be 5,000, and then you win our endless appreciation.
And I was just I'm gonna say like Biff Boffo and Major Win have the little Aloha Primo Kimo shirt as their member
Oh yeah,
badge.
look at that. Yes.
And then like Paul Rose and Stoic have your Expos hat as the member badge. I think they're so cute. Kent Hamilton.
Kent
Hey,
Hamilton, aloha.
sorry, we are way behind. We might not be here anymore, but
We're not. We're 1 hour and 5 minutes behind in the chat.
wait here for the clown party. Wait.
Basket Noodles out of here. Aloha, Basket Noodles.
Aloha, Basket Noodles. Thank you for being here. But Kent was saying, what up, peeps? Again, I'm just here to trigger the people that belong to the party that don't know if they're male or female or what toilet to use.
Oh, Kent.
Whatevs.
Oh, Kent, you silly goose. Everybody knows which toilet to use. Some people just like the ones that don't have that have the machines in there. What are these fancy machines? Where'd you get this? The boys' restroom don't have these machines. Where are your urinals? People just get excited about cool new stuff.
Oh, Backyard Mowing was saying express payouts were broke. They'd say account needs fixed by tech team. Ew.
Oh, Backyard Mowing. That sounds like they're going to ask you for some ID. Some identification, I'll bet you.
Yeah, it could be. And again, we're really far behind, but James was saying you're really selling him on opening a second store.
Yeah, and you've got to. It takes a number of months to get it to be good, meaning you're limited to 100 listings at first, and they don't give you your money till after 3 days after it's been delivered, I think. And
Yes.
So you just want to get on it as soon as possible. Just start one up. And then if you find that they're good, I think the biggest drawback from having a second or third or fourth or fifth store is the maintenance. It's getting into the store, logging into it, checking for offers to send out. So the more automations you can establish on those stores, like automatic offers, which doesn't work with Nuclear Reset. So, there's a lot to think about still.
Oldest Millennial has 4 stores.
Yeah. And are you tranched out on those? Are you Oldest Millennial? Are you tranche isn't the right word. Niched out? Are you niched out there?
Oh no,
you saw this on the old stuff. So.
I wanted to also say, sort of going back to Josh's store, we were taking a look at it and we were thinking it would be great for him to open a second store. And I personally feel, I don't know what your thoughts were, but I would personally feel he should
finish that.
He should move all of his antiques.
So if we were going to give him any sort of suggestions, which we're not the end all be all, it's just a couple of things that we noticed. One thing I noticed was on some of his listings, it was a really small thing. He had about a half a dozen listings with the reggae. He had him listed as reggae underground records, and the term that he should use in there, not underground, is dance hall. So, and I just sent him that note on eBay, and a couple of things came to mind. First of all, we don't all know everybody's titles. We don't really all know everything, especially keywords. Keywords are super important, and the more of those you know, the better you're going to be, but not everybody knows them.
Right. If you're not normally like a collector of that type of item,
you might miss the dance hall as the proper.
You might not know the terms that collectors usually type in.
And what I did was I actually went and looked up some of the records he was selling and listened to them, and then I knew they were dance hall as opposed to roots reggae or some other genre of reggae. So anyway, he changed them, and that's great, but we can maybe lean a little bit on some of our buddies here in this community to help us zip up our stores a little more. We all can benefit from a second set of eyes on our store. So one thing I noticed is check your keywords. Then the second was what you were talking about. You can continue on with maybe.
Well, I think that he should have
Paul Rose. Thank you so much.
His feature category. I know, that's really sweet. Josh has
clutching your black heart. Did it grows 3 sizes today?
Josh's featured categories are all very sort of antique-centric, I would say. And I feel that he should have those on a separate store. So either keep his Wilson Harbor sales with the antiques, since that's a well established, and move everything else. But I think
As
he
a
probably
suggestion.
has. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Just like, but maybe when I look at his store, I see a place where there could be 2, possibly 3 stores.
Yeah.
If you were to think that was a valuable thing, like maybe separating them out is a good thing, I could easily see 2 stores, if not 3 stores, on his site for 17,000 items. Yeah, we only have 2,000 items, and we have 2 stores, and we notice a difference in them. And it could be the sell-through rate functionality that we're all talking about, which is take some of that. So when looking at let me see if I want to say this right. Don't get annoyed with me. So you've got your store. It's got a sell-through rate calculated by all the items in it. You've got high sell-through rate items in it. Take out one half, take out the lowest half, just organize your entire store by sell-through rate. Take out the lower half and start a new store with the lower half. Now eBay looks at your first store and it rates your sell-through rate compared to the other items in that store, giving you a higher sell-through rate store than your second store, which has lower sell-through rate items compared to your first store. Now your second store, it has similar sell-through rate items for itself when judged against itself. So now you have 2 high sell-through rate stores. I just made that up. I mean, that was like not really totally thought out, but it all depends on your items.
I feel
it's all about your items.
It does. But I feel like
it's all about your items, people. We discovered it all.
Look at me.
I feel like separating, antiques from other products.
Yes.
Would make it feel really like refined and curated. I know it's all handpicked as it is, but I feel like it would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I just do.
Is it a good thing mostly because it would have similar like items?
Yes.
So that if somebody got to you, then they can just kind of flow through all of your stuff and not be derailed by.
Yeah.
In Josh's case, Inuit carved art that is old and sort of spiritual in some senses is sort of juxtaposed next to Donkey Kong cartridges.
Yeah, like I was saying, from on my iPhone when I was looking, his featured categories all seem to be very similar in product.
K1.
But anyhow, it just goes back to the having more than one store.
It's more newer things to think about, and a lot of us, interestingly too. James, are you cross-posting? I know you've tried it out, but then I think you're back to just eBay, and you've got a huge store. Josh, the same thing. It's like when you devote yourself to eBay like this, I do think cross-listing is the 2024 thing to do. But if you're invested so heavily into one platform, I think you need to diversify, but there's a baby step in between, and that's having multiple stores.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying, yeah, sure, cross-list onto other platforms, but you might want to consider first having a second store on eBay.
Tranching out your niches. And then
I sort of like this idea.
I think it's a positive thing. Nothing is going to save you from, so if you screw up one of your stores, they're going to link all your stores together. So there's no benefit from, don't screw up your stores. If you're a professional, we don't expect you to screw up your stores. So if you can keep track of one store, you can keep track of 3 stores, I imagine. So that would be, the purpose would just be to separate your items into different, maybe you have a junk store. We have a junk store, what we call a junk store, but we don't sell pure garbage in it. We don't sell like a candy wrapper or something.
No, right? But we will sell an empty Legos box.
We've sold empty Legos boxes. I'm not
kidding.
Yeah,
it's just weird things. Amy, I love her comment. The Nesbitt experience says, I'm a mess and my store should reflect that. LOL.
It's a mirror. But I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think putting in your personal
April Davis PI. Hey,
April Davis
aloha.
PI. Aloha. How are you doing?
And James is saying that
An
he has
actual PI.
Yeah. James has 3,000 items on Posh and have not crossed in several months. And after watching Darth Thrifter's video several days ago, him just saying Posh requires so much work, like getting people to like your closet and blah, 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 blah.
Just like,
I was like, oh, that's not.
We can't do it all.
I don't think I would be into that. Although that is where I thought of maybe selling clothing, but I'm like, oh, I guess not.
Major Win, did our audio go off, or you just had to turn us down?
Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't think we did anything. Oh, well, we didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Silverhair Stacker's store sells Silverhair Stacker. What? I expect you to go. Wasn't Silverhair Stacker a member? He's not green anymore. I'm gonna write down all the members who did not re-sign
I don't know
up.
if Silverhair got one.
Yes, he did. Silver.
Oh, stop.
Hair.
No.
Stacker. This is the list.
Listen, anyone that
this is
tunes in and watches us is a friend.
Absolutely. Now, I will say that based on Paul Rose's comment from up there where he resubscribed to our channel, right? That was Paul Rose.
Yeah, and that we're the only ones who's ever done that with.
So appreciative of that. And I would like to think, and I would like to say that we are going to, because we're thinking that's the way to make some money on YouTube, which is most definitely what we're trying to do. We're not trying not to make money on YouTube. But these chats right here don't necessarily, except they're super chats, they don't make us really much to speak of. You can look at Hayfrosells. We get about the same. Maybe a super duper video makes $20. But the super chats are awesome. And then the memberships are awesome. And in fact, the memberships have been so awesome. That's where we want to put in time to encourage people to be members by doing like behind the scenes stuff. Like yesterday, we did an hour-long live video, but in a different format. So we looked through some record boxes, and we're just going to do a whole bunch of different types of things that are behind the scenes. So if you're not a member, you will miss out on those. You can be any level of member that goes from like $2.99 up to $20, and that's just based on how much you want to give us. Because all the different tranches of membership have the same benefits currently for the foreseeable future.
I just want to be clear, too.
But you should give us the most you can. Because we're poor. What?
That no matter what, we are very much appreciative of
we are.
Everyone that watches.
Check this out. This is the horn of appreciation. We're super thrilled. We had 50 members. 50 with a 0. 50.
And most of them were from Major Win.
Major Win gifted a whole bunch of those.
How crazy and awesome is that?
And not only was that, it was really thoughtful, and for our growing
really
channel,
sweet.
he let people come see what was behind the green curtain of membership, which I hope we will make actually totally worth Paul Rose's resubscribing to it. And it looks like Biff Boffo did too, because he seems to be, he's a shirt. The shirt's the second month, right? He did. I think he did.
Oh, that's
and he says he got the Primo bill overnight. Thank you so much. See, this is where it really important is like when they start dropping off, like, are they going to drop off like tiny little mice falling out of the ceiling?
I'm not going to pay attention to
You're a member. You just got membership.
And
memberships houses privileges.
I'll be able to watch and comment then.
And yeah, you will. You can finally see one of the membership videos, even though you're in them.
eBay Live Boy, you love those buttons today. Ha ha ha.
Ryan said your wife made you throw away your fruit stripe gum tattoos and then the gum itself. What? That stuff is worth so money. We are so much money. We go check out a guy on eBay. See, now this would be a fun thing if we're not friends with this guy. I just bought some stuff from him because I prefer if
Ryan,
I could.
you're gonna love it.
If I went to go buy stuff on eBay, I would want to come to one of you guys first. So that's why I said, wouldn't that be cool if we had people, whatever.
Well, if we knew the type of product you sell, and then your store.
And there's a place. It's not his username is Russ Van. That's his eBay name, Russ Van. And he had a picture of RUS from Toys R Us. So that's what Russ is, RUS. And then Van, I don't know who that is. But the store is actually called, that's his eBay username. And the store is called Garbage Archive. And he sells candy from the 70s. Some of it's from he's got Three Musketeers.
In their original little containers.
Tons of it, it's
packages.
molded, but it's not. It doesn't look terrible. It's amazing. I'm freaking out over this account.
You're gonna have to go see if you can buy back.
We can show.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna show. Okay, so check this out. Oh, I was also gonna show you some stuff that's sold. Does anybody care?
We only have 15 minutes left, and
well, check this out.
We're sorry for not getting to all the comments.
Check this out. It's your fault, right? You admit it's all your fault.
You just talk and talk.
That's my job.
I know, but
okay. So we sold this for $19. Now look at the price.
Wait.
These are things that wouldn't have necessarily sold, but. I'm looking at, so they're priced in our store at $28. This does not have a motor on it. This is just the thing. So it's 30% off. If you're a buyer and you look at this, are you attracted? So you want it. And then you look at it and you go, it's $19.99. It started at $28 at $30, 30% off. Excellent vintage condition, body only. So many words on here are making me excited. My wallet is itching and I need to purchase this immediately. And I think that 30% off really strikes a chord.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week, and James was also saying.
And I'm not sure if I don't think so. I think you would see if I gave more off than that. But look at this. This thing's a busted up old Tyco dune buggy. The weirdest thing, it's broken. It's missing a top. It's missing a thing down here. For some reason, this delicate little flag is still intact. And we've had this. This actually came from your family, from that one.
What?
From that one slot car track. This is left over.
So you're saying I played with that?
You played with this.
Oh, I don't even remember.
But that's better that way because now you don't miss it.
Okay.
Our Apple stuff sells like hot potatoes. You can't not sell this, but you'll see here, $320. These have dropped in price since just last year. Used to be able to sell one of these for $235 pretty much all day long. Now it's at $180. I think prices have just dropped, and Josh was pointing out that in his videos too, that just the value of the store, our value of our stores has dropped, I think, and ours has, because to make these sales, I need to come to this number. But if you're looking at it and you're excited about it, 44% does seem awesome. Okay, now we're going to ask the chat a question. So this little baby looks good. And it was good. I don't know if it happened in storage. There's a layer of foam in here. It's a vintage 1980s. And it's built well. It's a nice purse. And I see that nice, expensive handbags from the 80s can have this too. There was a layer of foam just in between the fabric on the outside.
Well, to keep it rigid and stiff.
So keep it kind of rigid and stiff. And that has turned to dust in here. But I didn't notice it when we listed it. And I noticed it when I sent it. Question is, hasn't arrived at the buyer's place. Should I refund them immediately before they receive it? Should I just wait, hang out and wait? Should we do a poll?
Maybe, yeah, because we both have different thoughts on this. So should we just refund the customer now before they get it and maybe complain, or do we wait and see if they complain? It wasn't much money, so if we have to refund, we wouldn't be out a whole lot. Or do we, risk them getting it, not being happy, and maybe leaving negative feedback? So he's creating a poll right now, and we really want to know what you would do.
Okay, so this one's going to be at $20.
Refund now or wait for a customer.
$20 item. Let's see. Wait and see. We already see wait and see. That's my thing.
No, they're going to notice.
They're going to notice, but still wait and see.
It literally makes a crunchy sound. You can hear it.
You can. It was much more noticeable. I've never seen it before, so I think it happened in storage.
So I took it out of storage and I handed it to him, but I noticed there was this weird cellophane sound, and I was like, what the heck is this? And when I squished it, I realized it obviously disintegrated, and it all is on the bottom of the bag now, on the inside.
Refund before they receive, because that's what you want to do.
No, we're not supposed to say out loud.
Oh, well. If they like you more. I can't spell receive, so it doesn't matter. I'm never going to get it. Okay, I got it.
Start poll, hurry up.
Is there more than one? Is it more than two options?
No. Just wait and see, or...
Start poll, go.
Everyone's saying wait.
Okay. Because that's a professional reseller, sweetie. Remember, you're only 3 years into. You're still a baby reseller. But you don't want to, first of all, you don't want to warn people about stuff. You don't want to create a false sense of drama. You just, if they say anything about it, you just throw them the money quickly and say, I'm so sorry, would your story be, we did notice it, but we didn't know if maybe you were a bag person that might fix it, so we sent it to you and just waited for you to decide whether or not, that's sort of where I come from.
Well, yeah, I mean, James is saying just email them and say you noticed it, and if they are not happy, you can send some kind of refund. And Benny said that when something like this happens, I contact them before I send it and ask if they still want it, or do they want me to cancel.
Benny is super pro.
Okay, but
I'm a super pro too.
Overthought this.
I didn't want to ask him that. I wanted to send them because I could step into some.
Well, and
mess.
they could also give us negative feedback if we contacted them and said,
but Benny doesn't care. Benny's just like, I'm confident, and I want this person to know I care.
Ryan agrees with Benny that, normally before you send it.
Don't agree. Nobody agree. Benny Stratton, James has the answer. Where's his answer?
And Den Decor also said James is right. Just email them and say you noticed it.
Before they get it. That's the big question.
No, because we already sent it, so... James is saying just email them and say you noticed it, and if they are not happy, you can send them some kind of refund. We'll do.
Let's see what 20. We're going to end this thing and see what people voted though. How do you end it?
There are 21 votes.
I know. 20. Here we go. I'm ending it right now. Close. Now where the stupid answers go?
Oh my goodness, 64 to wait, it's changing.
It is 62%.
62% say wait and see.
Okay, here I'm actually ending it now. Go.
Oh, okay.
So, where the heck did it go?
Right there.
Where? Okay, thank you. Handbag had endless phone issue, $20. I have to read my own thing. We wait and see 62% refund before they receive 37%. Now, that says that 1/3 of you are good people. 2/3 of you are scoundrels. I am in the 62 percentile. I am a scoundrel and would wait. But now I see that, this was one of our, I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But really, I think we're going to do it.
So I think we need to...
I want to be the best reseller I can be.
Because now we look weird because, for one, we did not email them before we sent it out to give them an option. Big Dry is like, don't draw attention to it. If they're unhappy, they will tell you. But I don't want them to leave a negative feedback, though. I don't want them to be irritated.
I'm Duke Nukem. I am not satisfied with this bag.
And I feel like it's only 20.
I agree with Benny. Okay, so James has the answer. So,
which was email them, tell them that we noticed it. Because I think it's too late now for us to.
Well, we can't head it off of the past.
No, we can't. And we probably should have addressed it before we shipped it out and told them and given them the option.
Oh, wait, no, but Jack is saying, Primo Kimo, this point, Benny is 100% right. Now we got to keep going between people. The great reseller is right.
Which is where he said, just email them and tell them that they're not happy.
Yeah, right. At this point,
Right.
Benny's 100% right. This is a you issue, not a customer issue. You're going to make it a customer issue. So I should just refund them.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I agree. I don't think we should put any burden on them and just say, you get the purse and here's your money back too.
It doesn't affect us in a negative way. So then that's the other thing. It's just more like, do we establish a policy here? Do I take I'm not really bad. I'm not going to die on this hill. It's a $20 bag. So I know that if I just sent them the money, that they might have a better day. They would just be like, oh my gosh, this is, but don't know.
Biff, this is too much anxiety for $20. Refund and say you meant to refund them when you sent it, but eBay was glitching.
Thank you. Finally, somebody is speaking reason. Biff Boffo is the reasoner. Although jovial juggler, everybody's got a different opinion, and I respect you all.
But that's why Benny's comment will just be like, we tried to refund you, but there was a glitch, and then we forgot, and now here's your money. Because jovial's like saying, if you contact them now, you're admitting that you knew it was in poor condition.
Yes. But I'm a big forgetter, so it's nothing. It's really it's not weird for me to have gotten distracted and forgot. So I can just say, so sorry, we sent this to you, and in case, because I honestly think that if somebody wants this purse, maybe they just want the bamboo handles.
I know, that's what I was hoping.
So I can't not send it. But maybe the next time, Carla, we sent it
only like 2 days ago. They should be getting it probably today. Because it's only in Pennsylvania and we're just up in Vermont. So
yeah,
lies are always the answer. We are here to make money, not friends.
I mean, and what people don't know doesn't hurt them. And in capitalism and eBay, that is true. But in this particular case, I feel like they needed to get the item because it is a vintage item they may have wanted, if not only for the bamboo handles.
I can tell you right now.
And I also want to give them their money back because it's shitty.
I would be, if I were a buyer.
But it's going to kill 15 minutes on our show, so that's why. Yeah.
If I were a buyer, I would be very okay with somebody refunding me my money, and I get to keep the item.
Yep.
And I would just be like, okay, bummer. I was really looking forward to this purse. I mean, they can still use it. It just makes a crinkly sound, and it doesn't stand up on its own, really.
I mean, you could use it, and I read a lot of, I did look into it, and a lot of vintage handbags, I think I already said this, right? That even really good, high-quality ones from the 80s had like some foam disease, some foam rot disease that just, it feels like UV foam that's been UV rayed, where it gets hard and crumbly, but it's inside the package. I don't know how it got in there or how it got UV'd. But it's what it feels like.
And then James is saying, give them the power, and that helps with the feedback.
Yeah.
So, we'll just say.
But Carla's saying, just wait at this point. What do we do? 67% of people said wait.
Well, I'm thinking we emailed.
We're going against the stream. We're gonna give them $20 back. We're gonna make somebody's day shine. They're gonna be like, I think I'll go for a walk outside now. Summer sun's calling my name. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and Benny's like, there are still some crazy buyers out there that will still leave negative feedback. I know.
I do. I hope not to, but I think that I will. I will.
Silver hair.
It doesn't. I'm giving them their money back right now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do it.
Silver hair.
I'm gonna put an end to this.
Silver hair is like, I make crinkly sounds too. I thought it was me, not the bag.
I'm wrapped in a cellophane, and I crinkle too.
Yeah, jovial. It makes a sound like this, sort of like this, and that's what drew my attention to it.
It's not like you can walk into a party and not be heard. That's the problem.
Because it was all disintegrated down on the inside lining, and you can feel it around there, and it's like crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Contact buyer. Okay, send.
Wait, are
refund.
you going to be able to? You're leaving them a comment too, right?
Yeah,
Or you're going to type it so everyone sees?
I guess so. Why not?
Okay.
24.67. 24. Should I not send them their original shipping?
No, send them everything.
Dang.
I'm worried.
I'm gonna withhold 50%. You didn't ask me if it had crinkle. Full refund.
And how do you leave a message? Oh, and then
That's probably on the next page. There you go. I'm gonna say other adjustment though, because otherwise, if you choose one of these weird things, it'll probably give
ding
me
you
a
somehow.
bummer.
And are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna report myself as item not subscribed. Other adjustment. Aloha.
And James is saying, make sure to tell them why if you're doing it.
Was packing this purse, I noticed what appears to be some
Ryan, no,
foam.
foam was not listed in the list.
It was not.
in the listing.
We didn't notice it
So we
until
didn't
we
notice
shipped
it until
This was a legitimate. I think it's been in storage for a couple years, so maybe it just
disintegrated.
turned to dookie in storage. I don't know. I mean, it was in our basement, which can get humid, but that's the only problem with it. It appears to have some foam issue, but I wanted to send it to you anyway and have also refunded you fully.
Right, but like Benny, was it Benny or Biff that said, oh, I meant to, and I just noticed that I didn't, or, oh, there was an eBay glitch, because they're going to be like, why are you, I don't know. Okay, I'm overthinking.
Then I put my name with a little smiley face, which I've been doing since the internet happened.
So let's see. Aloha. When I was packing this purse, I noticed what appears to be some foam issue, but
that was not noticed when listing. I'll say that. That was not noticed when listing.
Wait, your issue got messed up.
Don't worry, sweetie. It's okay. I actually proofread my stuff. Don't worry. Sometimes, not always.
But
that was a huge lie.
Okay,
I totally
so
don't
aloha. When I was packing this purse, I noticed what appears to be some foam issue. That was some foam issue.
Yeah, was it some? I don't know. There might be multiple foam issues. We'll say foam issue.
A foam issue that was noticed when listing. Was not noticed when
How dare
listing,
you.
but I wanted to send it to you anyway and have also refunded you fully, James. Free junk, yeah, Biff Buffo.
Okay, next.
Yes,
here's my
Ryan's.
hard-earned money.
Oh no, Ryan's like, so now they're going to be like, oh, you sent me junk. James is like, why are you signing it with my name?
Oh,
Dendacor. Well, you made $20 on this video. Oh.
Well, that's a good point. And so this is the whole video money. I'm sure I don't actually make $20.
Yeah,
like
Ryan's
18.
like, it's dry rot. And then Benny was like, yeah, humidity is a killer. I learned this long ago with shoes. Now anything I think can be destroyed by humidity goes in one of my climate-controlled units. Okay.
Oh. Well, we sided with the 37%, the road less traveled. But I think I will sleep easier on this until this raging lunatic says, how dare you, and leaves us negative feedback.
Well, there's a good chance we might know the person that bought this purse.
Well, then all the more reason to, oh wait, don't look at their name.
Oh, crap.
I don't know how to get out of here. How do you get out of here? No! Okay, so we also sold this book.
Oh, Lordy.
But look at how much this book sold for. The Theory and Practice of Sine Roman. I mean, come on. This is all from the movie. We have this huge movie collection. So these babies, these are Film Express envelopes from Disney World, I think.
Yeah.
And
unused.
these are what you put your film in, like when you had it developed there. So I think this is
Yeah,
how you got your pictures once you left your pictures there to be developed
And those are from my grandparents went to Disney World
in the 70s.
in the 70s.
And it actually is from 77 because we had a couple items from there and with like dates and stuff.
And we were just clearing out. We were clearing out some like
Maps.
old storage and stuff, and we were like, wait a second. There's a whole bunch of
What's that? Why is that
Disney
thing?
stuff.
Why did that thing go all orange?
What thing?
What is that? Who is there? James! Jeez, thanks, James.
He just gave us the money back. You are too silly, Dave.
24.67.
My
Jeez,
God.
that's awesome. Thank you, James.
You gotta love you. That's
It was like nothing. It was so easy to refund that. Thank you, James. That's really sweet.
That's
Thank you.
really cute. And Paul Rose, was it? Yeah. 6x6 is saying, looking forward to the follow up in your next video, Sharon.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna start it off. We're just gonna see a big negative feedback. These guys scammed me.
And which also reminds me too is James has mentioned a couple times now about something secret he's working on.
It's so secret we can't even mention it.
It's a really clever and fun idea. And
Don't say anything else because you might give it away. You're a big spoiler alert.
I am not. My lips are always. I will never, ever spill the beans. You, on the other hand,
Sometimes I say too much.
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
James, you're so funny.
James, you know
Lord.
karma is a $% up lol. And that is true. And James seems to be paying a lot of his karma forward at this particular time. And thank you for doing that for our community and ourselves.
So wait, Paul Rose probably noticed something that we didn't. She still hasn't left feedback, right? Because she hasn't received it yet. She is a newbie though.
Yeah. What was it? How noobs?
Oh right, you still have this open, but don't show
sorry.
her again.
We forget that.
Close that.
Look at this. This is not what you thought it was at first. This is the King of Suede by Weird Al.
Yeah, and guess what? I was like, oh my God, I can't find the record because guess what I was looking for?
For the police.
Yes.
There's a little
I was like,
black
oh, no,
spot on the sun
we don't have
it. Oh, and this is a little bittersweet because I think this belonged to my auntie, which of course we suck up all the music and so good. I got $22 for it. Should be happy for that. I got that. And I still have the music, but this is like some awesome slacky guitar from Hawaii with Gabby Pa'anui. And who else is in that? Gabby Pa'anui and somebody else. Ada Isaacs, who is also in the Gabby Pa'anui band. So if you like some good slack key guitar, which means... Does slack key mean it doesn't have... Oh, these have frets on them. So I don't know. I don't remember what I thought a slack key doesn't have frets. But I don't know anything.
Oh, it was delivered.
Oh my gosh, we should all panic. You did that to me earlier this week. You're like, something was delivered, but then they couldn't find a place to store it. Oh my gosh. And then the next day it's like delivered. She doesn't understand. Can you put that away, please?
Oh, yeah. I was looking to see her feet.
No, you're not. You're going into panic mode because you love it. You love in the juicy stew of panic.
I wanted to see what... Are you going to...
No.
I wanted to see what...
You're in panic stew.
Oh, stop.
I'm so hungry now. I just mentioned stew.
Okay.
Okay. You're like, okay. I guess we're done now. We actually are totally done. I mean, we're overdone. Do you want to just finish these last few here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it?
Oh, yeah, you.
Do you want to take a nap first and then come back and finish them all?
Pokey is. Look at him.
Did he leave?
He's off from my lap.
What? Pokey, what are you doing on the floor?
What happened?
Yawn. He's like, you guys are supposed to be done 7 minutes ago. Don't give me that crap.
Okay. Paul was saying that was a follow-up on my previous comment on a postal refund. Okay.
6x6 is going to buy some cassettes now. Ryan have become obsessed with Messer Chubbs. All right.
Nice. Yeah, aren't they great? Oh, you want to go big?
Oh, let's go big for the last second of our show. How do you go big? There we go. I got you. I got you, booze. I got you, booze.
Yeah, everyone, Messer Chups, they're a really great band.
And we talked about them on our Tiki show. They're like rockabilly hula, sort of like with a little bit of Frankenstein-y hot rod, which is kind of under the rockabilly, the new rockabilly, not the old rockabilly. So Ryan is Messer Chaps. Paul Rose says spam. That was a update. And then Paul Rose says, Ryan, what could you possibly like about them? Oh yeah, I've watched some videos too, because there's a lady, and she's kind of like a vampire, sexy vampire lady. And yeah, that's, if you're gonna have a band, go check out also the I can never say it right. The who are the ladies? The surf band ladies.
Oh, they are the suffragettes.
See, you did it right in there.
The suffragettes.
The suffragettes.
Oh yeah, they're
all
really
women
great
surf
too.
band. And they have a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, look,
involved.
Ryan describes it. Rockahula sexploitational vintage horror stuff.
That's it. Ryan's got it. It's good. It's good times. Okay, guys, we're gonna go, and as we like to leave it on the. No, wait. We're supposed to go off on this.
Good morning.
We never do this because we always do Muppet Show.
Yeah, why?
Why aren't we doing Muppet Show?
Why?
I don't know. You want to do Muppet Show?
I don't.
We can do
it
whatever
doesn't.
we
Well,
want.
you did Muppet on Monday.
We did Muppet on Monday.
Leave Muppet for Mondays then.
That's what I thought.
Muppet Monday.
Because we
Okay.
started with this one, so we should just end with this one too. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Amy, Gina,
Thank you.
Jura Jara,
Major
Benny,
Win.
Ryan, Major Win,
James.
Dendicor Depot, James, Josh Gull, the Great. Wait,
Biff.
just so many. Jen,
Benny.
Jack,
Carl.
6x6,
Silver hair.
Silver Hair, Amy, April Davis,
Jack.
PI,
Ayo. April Davis.
Basket
PI.
Noodle,
Ooh.
Biff Boffo, Pokey's here, and then the rest of you that are too far up the place to find.
But everyone, thank you,
Oh,
thank you,
so
thank you.
much for being here. This is a little guy that we work so hard
We
for.
always have so much fun with you all. Thank you
He's
so
got a
much.
big fish face.
He is.
Fishy. Smells just like your local fish food store. Okay, guys, have a great day. Happy sales to you. We'll see you on Friday at 4 o'clock. Today, what's today? Are there any other shows today? Major Win's going to be on later at 5. Doug and Rowe, 5?
We're there winning.
5:30?
Winning wrap up.
Winning wrap up. Hopefully tomorrow, Josh Gott will be on at the 1 o'clock time slot. And until then, we'll see you all later. Love you guys.
Aloha!
Aloha.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, he's partying.